Jai Shri Ram. Now we will do some research on how many times the word papam occurs in the Bhagavad Gita. It occurs 6 times, papam. Now, papam is a Vedic concept which simply means bad action or by which you harm somebody either in thought, word, or deed. And the reactions cannot be escaped. Right? So that is called papam. The English word sin is a Christian concept. Sin basically means the act of disobedience of Adam and Eve. And in the Bible and the Quran, you will find this story of Adam and Eve. Adam was created by God from some dust or clay, and God breathed life into Adam and told Adam that he should not eat the fruit of a tree, which was the tree of knowledge. And Adam did not eat it. He followed. He was a very obedient boy. But then later Adam said, I am feeling lonely, I want company. So God took Adam's rib, he removed a rib from Adam and created woman. And her name is Eve or Avva. The Adam and Avva, as in Islam they say. So Adam and Avva ki story. So Eve came into existence, and Eve was tempted by the shaitan, who came in the form of a snake and told Eve, nobody is watching, eat this fruit. So Eve took the fruit and gave it to Adam and told her, see, nobody is watching, we can have it. So Adam ate. Then God got angry and he kicked Adam and Eve out of paradise, saying that because they were disobedient. This is called the original sin. And the Christian theology says that all humans are infected by this original sin. Because Adam is treated as universal man, so the sin that he committed, the sin of disobedience. So disobedient means the sin means the act of disobedience of Adam, which has now infected all human beings, and therefore all human beings are born sinners. So this is the dogma, this is the parable, this is the story. Creationism myth, myth, myth. In all the Abrahamic religions, mainly the Islam and Christianity. So that is the meaning of sin. Sin means the act of disobedience. In Hinduism, we don't have this concept of act of disobedience. In fact, in Hinduism, if God gives you an unethical command, immoral command, you are fully justified in disobeying him also. The truth of the matter is God will never give you such a unethical command. Yeah, sometimes in Mahabharata, Ramayana, you might find some situations where you may feel that perhaps this is unethical. That is due to lack of understanding what is dharma. Sometimes dharma looks like adharma. Very rarely dharma looks like dharma. So please understand that the word sin and papam are completely different. In Hinduism, we don't have this irrational idea of sin. In Christianity, they say that all humans are born sinners. So we are all born sinners. As soon as you are born, you are a sinner. Even though you have not done anything, still you are a sinner. So even babies who die, let us say a baby is born and dies quickly, that baby has to wait in a grave till the day of judgment. What sin has the baby committed? Seriously, the answer to the question is nothing, no sin. But still the baby is called a sinner. So this is a serious problem with their ideology. And then as their theology goes, Jesus was the only son of God. Of course, Islam does not accept that God has sons. So anyway, so there's a slight difference in the rest of the story. So God sacrificed his only son as an act of atonement for the sins of humans. That means somebody else died for your papams, which is again not acceptable logically in any court of law. A cannot be exempted from punishment if B comes along and says, I am ready to undertake the punishment that B should get for the murder that he committed. So again, it is illogical. So Hinduism does not suffer from these kind of problems. There are no such fallacies. Fallacy. Fallacy means a faulty reasoning. So in Hinduism we have the word papam. I am spending so much time in explaining this for the simple reason that even in the books of great authors, they will use the word sin liberally as if it is a synonym for papam. Unfortunately, we can't blame them also, because now it has become so entrenched and so firmly established that the synonym for, or the English word for papam is sin. So this is so widely established that we seem to consider it as natural and normal and okay to use the word sin. But I feel there is a serious problem here. I don't want to use the word sin. We should use the word papam and tell them why sin is not the same as papam. Sin is different. Sorry, in Hinduism we don't have this idea of sin. We have papam. In fact, to the extent that even if a god incarnates on earth as a human, he also will have to face the consequences of the papams that he does. The repercussions, the ramifications, the boomerangs. If it will backfire, by good action will redound. Redound. Redound means come back with a positive effect. Punyam. Again in English they don't have an equivalent for punyam because they have perhaps no concept at all. So punyam is defined in English as meritorious action, righteous action. In Hinduism, Sanatana Dharma, Vedas, punyam means any action which is good and is conducive to the welfare and benefit of others, it will come back positively and you will benefit from it. That is called punyam. So in English there is no equivalent for that. And in English, for papam also there is no equivalent, and we are mistakenly laboring under the delusion that sin is the equivalent for papam. We are making a mistake there also. So I hope you understood why I am spending so much time now. Now anyway, papam. Where all does the word papam occur? In the first instance, it occurs in 136 and 37. I am reading that. First chapter, 36 and 37. Arjuna is lamenting. And he is saying, Nihatya dharta rashtraanna kapritisya janardana papame vashraye dasman hatvaitan atatainaha. Tasmannarha vayam hantum dhartarashtraन् swabandhavan swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinasyama madhava. He is asking a question. Oh Madhava, oh maintainer of all living entities, what pleasure will we derive from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra, even though they may be terrorists? Atataina means a terrorist. Sin will certainly, papam actually. So the English word sin is being used here. Papam will certainly come upon us if we kill them. Hence it does not behoove us to kill our own cousins, the sons of Dhritarashtra and friends. Oh Madhava, how can we hope to be happy by killing our own kinsmen? Arjuna is asking a rhetorical question. So Arjuna is saying, so by killing them we will incur papam. So that is the first instance. Second instance, Bhagavad Gita, first chapter 45 and 46. I am going there now. So we will go to 45 and 46. Let us see. Again in 45 and 46, Arjuna's apocalyptic rant is continuing. Now, apocalypse is a concept. In Hinduism, you have Kalki Bhagwan, who will be born in a village called Shambhala. And he will take education, he will be the disciple of Parashurama, and he will get a sword from Parashurama, and with that sword he will mount a horse, a steed, and he will vanquish, he will wipe out all the evil people, all the asuras and rakshasas and rascals on earth, and again establish RAMA RAJYAM, and finally we will have the next cycle of Kruta Yugam or Satya Yugam will start. So this is apocalypse. Apocalypse is an English word which means prediction of a violent end. So in the Bible you have the myth of Jesus Christ coming back, and waging a war against the evil people. And that is called Armageddon. Armageddon. Armageddon means the final battle between the forces of good and evil. Just like Kalki also, the final battle. So that is Armageddon. And the prediction of this Armageddon is called apocalypse. Apocalyptic end. That means a violent end. In the Quran they have this concept of Qayamat. Qayamat also. In Qayamat there will be a final battle between good and evil. All the evil will be vanquished. So this is a common thread that runs through theologies of all religions. Okay. Aho bata mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam. Aho means alas, ayo, we are committing such a great papam by killing. That is Arjuna's lament. Apocalyptic rambling. ये हो जाएगा, slippery slope. This will happen, that will lead to that, and that will lead to that, and that will lead to that, and finally there will be disaster. Arjuna has completely lost his mind. So he is rambling, talking nonsense, aimlessly, discursively, apocalyptic rant. So in the first chapter 45 and 46, Arjuna is lamenting. And he is crying, aho, which means alas. And he is enumerating all the possible catastrophes that are likely to happen. That is why I use the expression slippery slope. Slippery slope is a logical fallacy, which means one will lead to this, one thing will lead to this, and that will lead to that, and that will lead to something else, and finally there will be a total disaster. So this kind of foolish thinking, irrational, illogical thinking, that is called slippery slope. దానివల్లనది ఇంకా మొత్తం సర్వనాశనం అయిపోతుంది. అలాగేం జరగదు. ఇలాగా ఏమవుతుందంటే సైకోలాగా అయిపోయి పారానాయిడ్, PARANOID. పారానాయిడ్ అంటే ఏమిటి? అబ్నార్మల్ ఫియర్ కాంప్లెక్స్ అనమాట. పారానాయియా అంటారు. పారానాయియా తోటి అర్జునుడు ఇదైపోతుంది అమ్మో అన్నీ అయిపోతాయి అనుకుంటూ. యాక్చువల్గా వేదం ఏమంటుంది? ఆతతాయినులు అన్న వర్డ్ వాడాడు అర్జునుడు ఇక్కడ. ఆతతాయినులు అంటే టెర్రరిస్ట్ అని నేను చెప్పాను. ఇక్కడ చాలామంది ఆతతాయినులు అంటే ఏంటి, అగ్రెసర్ అంటారు. వేదం ఏమంటుంది? ఆతతాయిల్ని చంపమంటుంది. భక్త తుకారాము ఆయన ఏమన్నాడంటే, కిల్లింగ్ ఏ టెర్రరిస్ట్ ఈజ్ అహింస అన్నాడు. ఎంత గొప్పగా చెప్పాడు చూడండి. అహింసకి డెఫినేషన్ ఏంటి? కిల్లింగ్ ఏ టెర్రరిస్ట్ ఈజ్ అహింస అని తుకారాం చెప్పాడు. ఫస్ట్ చాప్టర్ 36లో ఇందాకలా ముందు మనం మెన్షన్ చేసాం, అక్కడ ఆతతాయిన అన్న వర్డ్ వస్తుందన్నమాట. అక్కడ వస్తుంది అది, చదువుతున్నా చూడండి. నిహత్య ధార్తరాష్ట్రాన్న కాప్రీతి స్యాదన జనార్దన పాపమేవ ఆశ్రయేదస్మాన్ హత్వైతాన్ ఆతతాయిన తస్మాన్నార్హ వయం హంతుం ధార్తరాష్ట్రాన్ స్వబాంధవాన్ స్వజనం హి కథం హత్వా సుఖినశ్యామ మాధవ. What pleasure will we derive from killing these sons of Dhritarashtra, even though they might be atatayinaha? Papam will certainly come to us if we kill them. Hence, we should not kill them. And how can we hope to be happy by killing our own relatives and kinsmen? Actually, atatayinaha, even in Vashishta Smriti, says that under 6 circumstances it is acceptable to kill. Who are the atatayinaha? One who sets fire to the property, arsonist, ARSON, arson. One who tries to poison people and poison water and poison people. And one who conspires to murder. One who loots your wealth. And one who kidnaps or dishonors, molest, rape, kidnaps or dishonors women. And one who tries to seize the kingdom. So one who sets fire to property, arson, poison, murder, dacoity and kidnapping women, or trying to usurp the throne or seize the kingdom. These people can be put to death. And even Manusmriti 8.351 mentions that it is not considered papam if someone kills an attacker in self-defense, which the law also supports. Indian Penal Code also, or law anywhere supports that. So Arjuna is a Vedic scholar and he has forgotten all this, and he is now saying, even though these fellows might be atatayinaha, we should not kill them. Whereas the Vedas and the Smritis are all saying you have every duty actually to kill them. So this is what happens when you are under extreme stress, and when you are getting carried away by emotions, emotionally hijacked, then this kind of nonsense will be what people will utter. Arjuna represents you and me. So once we also get into the grip of this emotion, then we will become paranoid and we will say things which are utterly meaningless and adharmic. Arjuna is a warrior. This is in fact his duty. Any other person belonging to some other varna perhaps may not be able to kill, though the Shastras are saying it is your duty to kill. Whereas Arjuna has a duty to vanquish these fellows. They have tried to strip Draupadi. They have tried to strip her. And still now Arjuna is talking like this. So papam occurs in 1.36 and 1.45. Now let us see other shlokas where the word papam occurs. Next, the word papam occurs in 2nd chapter 33. Actually, Krishna is saying, Atha chetva mimam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tatah swadharmam kirtincha hitva papam avapsyasi. Atha chet, if however, tvam, you, imam, this, dharmyam sangramam, righteous war. See, Imam in Sanskrit means this. Now some rascal, some Marxist or communist or liberandu woke. Oh, the word Imam has come here. That means Bhagavad Gita is praising, Krishna is praising the Imam and Mullah. 2.33, see the word Imam. Imam means this. Idi. Atachetvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi. Tata swadharmam kirtincha hitva papam avapsyase. Avapsyasi will incur papam. Papam. So there is no definition in papam. Sin is the wrong word for papam. Papam is, well, I think we will have to define it now. Papam is the repercussions you will receive for evil that you commit. Nice definition. Papam should be defined as repercussions, inevitable repercussions of evil actions that you commit, or inevitable repercussions of evil actions. 4 words. Please make a note. Inevitable repercussions of evil actions. That is papam. So Krishna is saying, hey Arjun, if you however refuse to fight this dharmic war, you will be abandoning your social duty, and you will forsake even your reputation, and you will incur papam. You will invite repercussions. You will invite the inevitable repercussions of abandoning your dharma. So, the occupational duty of a warrior is to protect the citizens of the country from oppression. Even though it is Draupadi, even if some other woman has been stripped, it would become Arjuna's duty to kill all the fellows who are involved in that act. This requires the application of violence in appropriate cases for the maintenance of dharma. So Arjuna should defeat, kill, because all those rascals and kings are supporting. They were supporting this activity. So the country has to be run by dharma. If you run the country like a peacenik, this is what happened in 1947. After independence, we should have declared ourselves as Hindu Rashtra, and we should have run this country according to Ramayana and Mahabharata. Instead of that, we started foolishly following stupid ideas, and they were continuously weakening us. That is why crime is rampant today, and still we are, doing this chanting of secularism. Now next, we will see where papam occurs again. So next, the word papam occurs in 2nd chapter 38th shloka, where again Krishna is using the word. The shloka is Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labhau jaya jayau tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsyasi. So, fight for the sake of duty, treating happiness and distress, loss and gain, victory and defeat alike. Fulfill your duty, fulfill your responsibility in this way, and you will never incur papam. So Krishna is saying, hey Arjun, what is this nonsense? Why are you behaving like a chakka? Klaibyam. Second chapter, 11th shloka, 11 and 12. Klaibyam masmagamah partha naitattva yupapadyate kshudram hrudaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta panantapa. Krishna is saying, hey, don't speak like a hijda. You are a macho warrior. Why are you talking like this? Mentally impotent fellow. In fact, physically impotent for 1 year under the curse. Krishna is actually prodding, taunting Arjuna. Have you forgotten what you are? Or perhaps you are continuing to live in that Brihannala body and your mind has also become like a Brihannala now. And Krishna is warning him. If you don't do your duty, you will incur papam, not sin. Okay, hello. Papam we already defined. Inevitable repercussions of evil actions. So Krishna is warning. Now next, where does the word papam occur in Bhagavad Gita? 3rd chapter, 36th shlokam. Now Arjuna is using the word. Arjuna is asking a question. Very nice question actually. Arjuna says, Athakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. In English, Arjuna is asking, why is a person impelled or compelled to commit papam, even unwillingly, as if by force, oh Krishna? పాపాలు ఎందుకు చేస్తారండి? వద్దు అనుకుని పాపం చేయకూడదు అనుకుంటూనే జనాలు ఎవరో వాడిని ఫోర్స్ చేసేసినట్టు పాపాలు చేసేస్తారు. ఎందుకు ఇలా జరుగుతుంది కృష్ణ? వాట్ ఎ వండర్ఫుల్ శ్లోక. అధకేన ప్రయుక్తోయం పాపం చరతి పురుష అనిచ్ఛన్నపి వార్ష్ణే బలాదివ నియోజిత. So how does Krishna reply to this? Wonderful reply. So Krishna says, Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Kama Yesha Krodha Yesha Rajo Guna Samudbhavaha Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyenam Iha Vairinam. Remember that it is lust. Lust. Now lust can mean lust for money, lust for property, lust for physical lust, sexual desire, all types of lusts are there. And kama yesha, krodha yesha, uncontrolled anger. See, there is good anger called manyu. In the Vedas there is a manyu suktam where the rishi is praying to God, asking him to confer the ability to have manyu, which is justified anger. If you are not getting angry when some adharma is happening, then you are like a dead body, walking dead body. So you have to get angry. You must know when to get angry. Dharmic anger is called manyu. That is manyu suktam. Please listen, it's a wonderful suktam. People have this belief that if you listen to manyu suktam, you will win cases in courts of law. I don't know to what extent that is true, but manyu suktam is a very wonderful suktam. Manyu. I am telling you all this because in Hinduism, we have a very balanced view of everything. Anger is not bad. Not all anger is bad. Krodha is a negative word for anger. Manyu is a positive word for anger. Whereas in other, desert cults, they think all anger is bad. They consider wrath as a vice. But if you look at their holy books, they are riddled with, they are bursting with wrath. Lechery, butchery, treachery and wrath. So this is their hypocrisy. In Hinduism, we don't consider wealth also as bad. Wealth is neither in fact we worship Lakshmi Devi. So how you use wealth will determine whether you will incur papam or punyam. Whereas in these desert cults, they say wealth is bad, wealth is evil. They use words like mammon. And also they say that their prophets actually peeped into hell and they saw all rich people were there. And in heaven all poor people were there. In hell all rich people and women were there. So these are very, very strange ideas that wealth is bad. In fact, Jesus says, it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. My God. That means a camel can pass through the eye of a needle. You see, the eye of a needle is so small that impossible things can happen, but a rich man can never go to heaven. Why not? In Hinduism, we do not have such a perverted view of wealth. Janaka Maharaja is extremely wealthy. So all wealthy people should go to hell? No, not at all. What you do with the wealth will decide where you will go. Wealth itself is by nature per se not evil. By itself it is not evil. So, Krishna is saying, Arjuna's question, Krishna is answering. Kama yesha krodha yesha rajo guna samadbhava mahashano mahapapma vidyenam iha vairinam vidhi. No, that these are the enemies. Kama yesha krodha yesha. So, that is the... now let us go to the next shloka where the word papam occurs. The next shloka in which the word papam occurs is 5:15, 5th chapter, 15th shloka. So the next shloka in which the word papam occurs is 5th chapter, 15th shloka. And this is one of my favorite shlokas because it captures the very essence of Sanatan Dharma. And this shloka 5.15 is a touchstone shloka. Touchstone ante గీటురాయి కంసాలి దగ్గర ఉంటుంది. దాని మీద బంగారం ఉంగరము బంగారంని గీసి ఇది ఎంత ప్యూరో కంసాలి చెప్పగలుగుతాడు. Kasauti, in Hindi the word kasauti means a stone on which a gold ornament can be rubbed, and a goldsmith can instantly know whether the gold is pure or it is adulterated, contaminated. So touchstone also means a test of your capability, quality, caliber, intelligence, whatever. So I call this 5:15 a touchstone shloka because if any Gita Charya or Gita scholar or any person who claims that he knows Gita, you should ask him to explain this shloka. And if he cannot explain, he has failed. Nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukrutam vibhuhu ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. Krishna is using a negative word, jantavaha. Jantavaha is a negative word for humans. Just as Rama used the word jarata gardhabha in Yoga Vashishtam. Jarata gardhabha means old donkeys. Rama uses the word old donkeys for people who have become old but they are not having any adhyatmika chintana. They are not using their mind to work for moksha. Instead they are busy involved in all the vices, kama, krodha, moha, lobha, mada, matsarya, and they are simply eating and drinking and sleeping and just behaving like animals. Instead of exploring and investigating why we were born, what is the function of human birth and why and how we should go about seeking moksha, if somebody is not doing that, Rama calls that fellow jarata gardhabha. So Krishna uses the word jantavaha. Jantu means animal. So Krishna is saying, people who think wrongly and misunderstand God, Krishna, then these people are jantus. Of course, many interpreters don't use any strong words. They are using the word creature, living entity. These are mild words. It's a strong negative word. Jarata gardhabha is equal to jantu. Pashu. In Sanskrit, pashu can mean animal. In Telugu, pashu also means animal. But pashu is a root word. If you go into the root etymology, pasha means noose. Peacock chuttukunedi, uritadu. Pasha is the noose. Pashu means one who is under the noose, or one who has been captured, who is bound by several shackles, fetters and nooses. All these vices are nooses, ashta pashalu. So if a human is under the grip of all these vices, then he is a pashu. He is bound. He is a jantu. Nadatte kasyachit papam. Krishna says, I don't involve myself. Now involve myself is an odd word. I don't take and I can't be blamed. I don't involve myself. I don't take. I don't keep an account. I cannot be blamed for anyone's papam or punyam. See, the best explanation therefore, now you will be wondering, and why are we doing all these punyam, papam and all that, we are bothered. Yeah, you have to be bothered because Krishna is a smart God. See, if you were God yourself, you will set a software so that you can rest and relax like Krishna is sleeping on the Seshanaga, Yoga Nidra. Why? Because everything is being run according to the software that he has already created. Once in a while he will come down when there is a bug in the software. Now, so if you commit to punyam, if you do punyam, you will get benefits. The software algorithm is working perfectly. Krishna's algorithm is the karma algorithm. The karma algorithm set by Krishna will work. Cannot be stopped. It is implacable. There is no question of pardoning anybody. Pardoning cannot be done. If God pardons, then the whole balance will be thrown. There will be no balance left in the universe, will be in total chaos. If a person has raped and then he is pardoned, hi, then all rapists can start raping and then seek pardon and it's all over. So you can't have a dharmic society. It's not possible. God does not pardon. You will have to face the music. So that algorithm is already being run. So under the light, the sun is there. Under the sun gives all the light and energy. Under the sun, some people do good deeds, that is punyam, they will get the benefits. Under the sun, in broad daylight, some people commit crimes, they will face the repercussions, that is called papam. So you can't blame the sun for providing the light. Similarly, under a light, two people can be there, one doing some good work and the other doing some evil work. You can't blame the light. Similarly, Krishna is also saying, I am providing the energy, I am providing electricity. You can use electricity to electrify homes and entire villages, and people can study and become wise people. You can use the same electricity to kill somebody, electrocute. So I am supplying the electricity. It doesn't mean that you have to hold me guilty for it. That's what Krishna is saying. And besides that, this shloka can be interpreted in several ways. Atma. See, your Atma. Nadatte kashchit papam nachaiva sukrutam vibhu. Vibhu means all pervasive. Prabhu means the Lord. See, 5:14, the Krishna uses the word Prabhu. That means he is the Supreme Lord. And Vibhu means he is pervasive. He is found in everyone. Our Atma is the same qualitatively as Krishna. Quantitatively, he is infinite. We are very limited, infinitesimal. Infinitesimal means very small. So, qualitatively, we are the same. Because we are qualitatively same, we also have the same traits qualitatively. Okay. So, nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukrutam vibhu. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. Because people are laboring under ajnanam, they are completely deluded and they are behaving like beasts. Jaratagardabas. Okay. So, Krishna is not interested. Krishna doesn't take account. Your Atma also is detached. It is this body. Our bodies which are influenced by three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. It is these gunas which are doing all these things, not you. Your Atma is detached. The day you realize this, you are free. That minute you are free. You will become a Jivan Mukta that very minute. All along, this body is not ours. This body belongs to Prakriti. And our body also, every action that we do is done because of the gunas which are born of Prakriti. The Atma, your own Atma, is a detached observer. But if you think that you are the doer, that means you have plugged in. You have plugged into Prakriti and then you will have to face the music. If you remove the plug and plug into Krishna, that means you have detached from Prakriti, repercussions will be taken care of Krishna, because now you are Krishna's agent and you are performing Krishna's work also. Matkarmakrin, matparamo, matbhakta, sangavarjita, nirvaira sarvabhuteshu yasamameti pandava. 11th chapter, 55th. 1155, Adi Shankaracharya declared that this is the essence of the entire Gita. Matkarmakrit, that means one who is doing my work. Matkarmakrin, matparamo, matbhakta, sangavarjita. No attachment. Sangavarjita means detached. Matparamo, who has accepted me as the Supreme. Madbhaktaha, my devotee. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. He bears no enmity towards anybody. But if he is a warrior and if there is a adharmi, he will kill. But no enmity. Killing without any enmity. Because it's your duty to kill now. Because that fellow is a rapist. That fellow is a murderer. He is killing children. He is abusing children sexually. So that fellow deserves to be put to death. No enmity. You don't have to show enmity. If a venomous snake enters your house, do you have to show enmity? You have to just kill. So that is the state Krishna is recommending. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yasamameti pandava. Such people will come to me only. Which means, come to me only means they will not face any repercussions. Because they are laboring. They are not laboring under any ignorance or delusion. They are working for dharma and for me. So, 5:15 is a touchstone sloka. Please remember, nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukrutam vibhuhu ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. Okay. So, These are all the slokas in which the word papam, papam has occurred. I am just going to run you through. Please make a note, take a paper, pen and write down. Papam occurs in 1.36 and 37. Papam occurs in 1.4546. Papam occurs again in 2.33. Papam occurs again in 2.38 and 3.36 and 5.15, which is a touchstone sloka. There are many touchstone slokas in Gita. I love them. So, papam is not sin. I already explained that. So, please remember this and keep listening. I am sure you will enjoy this because we are coming across so many nice English words also. Your vocabulary is improving and we are all enjoying because these are words of Krishna. This is superior to even Vedas. Vedas are mantra, rishis were mantra drashtas. They saw the Vedas. But here Krishna is directly talking to us. So what can be more superior than Vedas? Krishna's speech. Jai Shri Ram.